Alrighty, good morning everyone, 0101 here. How's it going? So in the last video, we went over kind of this whole contraption that I'm in right now. So let's just hop back out of here. So this guy. So this is my little ice crane, hydro crane, whatever you want to call it. And I got some interesting comments. So two comments that I want to speak about right away. So when you have the assertive drones, they don't operate like the normal pirate drones, apparently. So they actually will pick and choose targets, and they will target power sources if they can't target you, of course. So that's something that I need to keep in mind, and also another reason why I need more turret towers around here. Because if I can take them out of the sky faster than they can come in and shoot something, then that's actually better for me. The next thing, and all these comments are from the Gaming Economist, which, dude, I think I'm just gonna like put you as like a permanent like contributor to my videos because you're always giving me good information. So, yeah. So he explained about the weight of the concrete and why it's so heavy, and it's supposed to be like a balance. So that makes sense, I guess. It kind of sucks because now I have 25,000 gravel that I'm not really going to be able to do much with. So that kind of sucks. But at the same time, you know, he gave me a good idea too, and that is to take the gravel and transport it to the site as gravel and then turn it into concrete. So that's smarter than what I can come up with. So, yeah. And then he also gave me an idea for a mod, which I have, of course, downloaded because it sounds like a really good one. And that is, I swear I just saw it. Unless they just put it in here. There we go. The gravel sifter. So this thing basically looks like an assembler. So you can upgrade it as needed. But it will take gravel and sort of break it down and give you ores instead. And some of those ores include precious ores like, you know, platinum, uranium, etc. So this is going to be super, super useful. And then if I can put some of the highest mods on there, so like tier 4, tier 5, I don't know. And mods, by this I mean like modules. So the yield modules, if I can put some of those on there and increase the yield, then I can get even more out of the gravel, which is probably going to be a good idea. Especially since over at the Earth site, which is, yeah, the Earth-like mine, which is over there, we are primarily mining out stone, which is giving us tons of gravel. So we should be able to actually put that gravel to some good use. And it is trace amounts of ores, so I looked at the mod site and it said like if you put in like 100,000 gravel, it'll give you like 900 iron is like the most plentiful thing, and like 10 uranium is the least plentiful thing. So everything else is kind of in between there. But I mean, 10 uranium for like 100,000, that's like 1 in 10,000 ore is going to be 1 uranium. So it's definitely useful, and it's not overpowered either, which is why I like it. And then, yeah. So, I mean, we're still doing good on power. We're still doing pretty good over here. We definitely have a lot of iron. So, we're going to be using that. What is that? Assertive thrush. Hopefully that doesn't come anywhere near here, because that would suck. Okay, but so here's what I have to do. I have to move this far enough out of the way to where the drills won't be in the way of the pipe, which is going to be running sort of that way. So a little bit off to the side of this thing. And I do want to go out here as straight as possible. And that is because then I'm going to be taking the least amount of mineable area out. So okay, let's get going. And then after this, now that I have that gravel sifter, I'm going to be doing an expansion onto the main base. and that's going to be like a storage area, and I'm going to put the gravel sifter up on a little spinny thing too. And then I can mine some gold to get the yield modules out of there. I think that'll work out quite nicely. Okay, and then production, we're just going to make like 3,000 plate, because I know I'm going to need a lot. Alright, so first we have to see where we have to go. And then we're going to go out from here. And then we also have to change our palette to the dust. There we go. Okay, are we actually going to clear it? No, we need to move a little bit more. Okay, so we know sort of where we have to move now. And then I also have to make sure that I'm not wasting any iron, or ice, I should say. Alright, so also I have to disconnect this first. There we go. And then, whoops, nope. And then what I kind of do is I'll line up this with the edge of the ice that I have not got. And when it gets about there with that middle drill right there, then I'll say that's good. So we'll go a little bit more. I'll say that's good. Okay. So that should allow us to get the next full range of ice out of there. And then I can start putting this in. And we're going to have to go a very, very, very long distance. And apparently through this guy, which has gold. Oh, no, that's nickel. No, that is gold. Gold and nickel? Really? There's still more gold on here. Is that all of it? I think that's all of it. Yeah, it looks like all of it. Okay. Good to go. Alright. And then we'll just kind of power through here, I guess. And we have another crater. Okay. Now you can kind of see the curvature of the Earth a little bit with these. We are almost out of the ice now, even though it looks like it's nice and flat. So, yeah, so you can see like from here we're towards the bottom, and then over there we're more kind of in the middle. But I mean, we're almost there, so let's just head back, get some more, and keep it going. And then another thing that I could do if I really want to waste a lot of metal plate is to put little 45-degree angles off on the side. But that really would be a waste. Okay. More plate, please. Really? Why would you turn your dampeners on? That's just dumb. Okay. So 90 gold or 379 nickel. That's not bad. Okay. So something I am going to have to do down here is angle this down because I can't have these sticking out of the ice. I want them to be firmly, you know, routed in the ice. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it all of the way over there. And honestly, I probably don't have to either. And for that reason, and actually, now that I think about it, where do we start kind of coming out? I'd say like probably around here, right? So if I take this out, oh, right. Okay, so we'll keep that there, right? Okay, so now if I can put in, and then I need this to be gravity aligned. Okay. And then is that going to be too high? Or can I raise it up a little bit? Yeah, so if I do it sort of there, I think that should be enough for a connection. And we'll go ahead and get that one built as well. Okay, so the idea here is to sort of make sure that it stays in the ice. So this is going to be where a couple of connectors are going to be kind of talking to each other here. And that way I can kind of keep this in the ground. So, and then also I want to segment this thing anyways, because it'll actually work out better. Oh, is that going to work? It's a little off. I don't know. That might be too far away, honestly. Requires 130 plates though, so I'm not gonna... I probably need to build that up first, just to make sure that this is in fact close enough. Well, I mean, that one's got to be there, right? So we'll take that, and then we'll figure out what we can do over here with this guy. Okay, so aligning to planetary gravity. Okay, that's not going to work. I need to be farther back, or at least have something to stand on that I can actually see over. Okay. How about we just kind of bring this down a little bit? Hello? There we go. We'll do the same thing kind of over here. There we go. Okay, so let's try this again. And I need to back up some. We'll put that kind of here. Give me something to kind of step on. Okay. And then we probably want this to be as close as we can possibly get it. So about there. Make sure that we are in fact gravity aligned. That work? And we're pretty close, and we're actually a little bit lower too, which I kind of like. But you don't like that area for the connector. Okay. So I'll give you a little bit more space. Okay. So let's go kind of here. And there. Now the question is that going to be good enough for an actual connection? So I'm going to get all the pieces and parts needed to make these things. And yeah. And so this is, it's just going to have a pipeline just kind of sitting on top of here. So that's really all it's going to be. It's going to be the round pipes. And yeah, it'll look like a pipeline. Okay, let's see. Why are you turning on... Dude, stop turning on the thrusters. It's just dumb. Why do you do that? If there's a way to stop that, I would stop it. Okay, so we're going to throw this in there because we can. And that's all the components that we need, apparently. All right. So that is now built. And we have to see if this will actually connect. But it probably needs power, right? I suppose I could put a turbine out here. Well, no, because that should be getting power through here. So then that is not close enough. That's basically what it's telling me. Okay. So we'll try it again. Let's try there. That's too tall. Okay, that's a little closer. No, it's not. Okay. How about right there? And now you won't let me place you. Can we stop being dumb, please? I would really appreciate that. Dude, what are you doing? Get out of here. Grr. That's like right up on there. That's not going to do anything. That's going to be way too far apart. Guaranteed. Yeah, that's going to be way too far apart. Okay, so options. What do we have? So if I don't go with this, I could go with hinges, maybe. But I would need to merge them to the new block. Unless I put a space in here and did it that way. I mean, it would have to be like that. Because a hinge can angle downwards, which is probably something that we would need, and it also can connect and work without actually being perfectly aligned per the center of the hinge. Drink of the day, by the way, Monster Energy Zero Ultra, as always, because it is delicious. Okay, so let me... how do I want to do this? Okay, so conveyor sorter. I want to use this thing like every, I don't know, 10 blocks or so. Because it is very solid looking. And of course I need industrial interior place to do that. All right, you know what? I'm just wasting a lot of time here, so I'm going to pause, and then I'll get it figured out, and then I'll come back. Okay. All right, so this is kind of what I came up with, and this is technically attached. So this will move things as needed through, and it also allows me to drop this down a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to continue placing parts and putting them that way. But do I have enough to... Not quite. Okay, that's fine. All right, back to it. All right, so we're getting to the point where we're almost coming out of the ice again. So you can see that I've placed quite a few here. We might do the hinge thing again. But I mean, I still have to go quite a ways, but... Okay, let me get that in there, maybe, sort of, kind of, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Okay, so then we'll do this guy. Oh, and this thing does have sides, I think. So if you look at where the panel is, it's towards, you know, the one side. And then also it's towards the same side on the opposite side. So I think that means that's the front. So I could be completely wrong. These things are directional, so it'll send things from there out here only, and it won't be able to pull things back through. Which, you know, is fine. Not the worst thing in the world. Also, that's not the piece that I need. Hinge. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we'll put this guy here as a guide. And then let me get as straight on here as I possibly can, which I think is about there. And then gravity line. Okay. Hopefully that will be good. That's at the same height though, so that's not going to be good. How does... Why is this going up? Dude, I don't want you to be up there. I want you to be lower. Why are you being dumb right now? This is just stupid. Okay, seriously, why are you... Can you stop that? Why are you being difficult right now? Like, how far away do I have to go for you to not do that? That's way too far. That's not going to connect. Okay, pausing again. I'll figure it out. Alrighty, so I'm at the mountain base camp. Base of the mountain camp? I don't know. I'll figure out some name for it. And I just realized something. There's going to be no way that I can prevent this from sucking up any energy that those engines can generate. Which is not ideal. So the only thing that I can do is disconnect this, but then as soon as I disconnect it, then I can't actually transmit anything through here. So, yeah. Not really much I can do there. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. So we'll just, I don't know, we'll just leave this connected, I guess. Call it good. But yeah, so that's going through there, and now we are getting all of the power, and we should actually be able to see everything, yeah, all the stuff over there, so yeah. So now this is all just one huge base, which is not quite what I was going for. I was hoping for like a pipeline that, you know, would only transmit stuff and not necessarily, you know, other things, but I don't know. I mean, I suppose it works for what it is. Now the hard part is going to be getting all of the tubes connected through here, and that's going to be a lot of parts. But I mean, it's kind of sort of there, and we don't have to get that done like right now. So I don't know. But you can see we had to drop it down there, here, there again, and then this is also not quite aligned either. But I mean, that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, this is going to be an endeavor trying to get this thing built. I don't know. Does this thing have a build and repair unit on there? I don't think it does. No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I was going to say I could build a small cargo vehicle and then just load it up with all the pieces and parts along with the build and repair unit, and then I just kind of drive it along and then use up the parts as I get there. Meteors are coming from here. Okay. Is it going to get shot or no? I mean, yep, it is shooting at it. Okay, good. So the turret there is protecting the valley, so that's good. We're still going to need more turrets, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, for now, it's doing what it needs to do. Okay, so as far as building a little tiny vehicle, I mean, that actually shouldn't be that hard to do. At least I don't think so. The only hard part is going to be loading it up with stuff. Because, I mean, what am I going to connect to? I've got no ground connections. The other thing is I could put it onto a flying ship. Wait. That's actually a good idea. Because I already have one of those. And it can already handle a lot of weight. Ha 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 ha. Caterpillar to the rescue. Fun times. Okay, so I'm going to wander about and kind of fix things as I can. Okay, dude. I thought the reason why you were doing that is because you weren't... Oh, what happened here? Did you grind... Is that what you ground off? Asshole. So I heard the build and repair unit grind something. I didn't know what it was. Apparently that's what it was. Okay, so I need a control panel on here. So it actually recognizes this as something that it's not supposed to destroy. Oh, it's still locked. That's why. Okay, sir. If you don't freaking mind, I think we need to go up a block. Am I even going to be able to get to that? Nope. 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 Okay, fine. We'll do it that way. And then I don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Or is that going to be too high? That's too high. No, we need you. Okay, really? Jump onto there. Thank you. Okay. Now we need our magnetic plate on the top there. If it will let me. There we go. It's very finicky. Okay. Okay, now hopefully with the control panel on there, it won't... Oh, come on, man. Starting to sound like Joe Biden over here. Okay, so then that needed that extra block up on there. Wait, no. Okay, so let's do this again. Okay, seriously? How do you not... My parkour skills are severely lacking. Thank you. I feel like that's like way too close to the top here. Yeah, it is too close to the top. That's fine. We have ways of fixing that. Okay, so this whole thing has to move up. And you are not supposed to auto lock. Okay. And now we need magnets. Floor lock. Okay, magnet floor lock 2. Okay. Okay, so now we're good, and now it shouldn't be kicking me off onto... Yeah, okay. So if ever you're getting onto something and it's kicking on your thrusters right away, it's probably because it's on a subgrid, and the game doesn't like subgrids for some reason. And so it's always going to try to make you put on your thrusters, that way, I don't know. It's dumb, but I guess it's just a thing that it does. And I can hear the engines running. Don't think they're supposed to be running. Also, nope. Tink, because, oh wait, no, that's still at 100%. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna check the power output and see if those engines are running. And they shouldn't be. Okay, no, they're not. Okay, good. But now this is gonna be doing all the stuff that's over there too, which is not quite what I wanted. Do you see that there's actually an angle in that line right there? Look at that. Huh. Oh, well, I mean, so long as it works, I'm good. How are we doing on ice? 224,000? That's still pretty good. Okay, so let's load this guy up with parts. And let's see, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 4, 8 of these things. So I did change this. Instead of going with these, the sorters, I went with this. And I'm just gonna cover them with the flat plates. That way it looks, you know, nicer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just get all of the pieces and parts. And then we'll just put in all of these. Okay, 7,000 kilograms is what we've got in there so far. Okay, we're at 37 minutes in the video. That's not bad. What, are you done making interior plates now? Like, dude, you haven't finished making everything. Why did you stop making them? What are you, what? I'm so confused right now. And it just takes it off. It's like, dude, what are you doing? I have no idea what's going on. Then we're going to need a shit ton of plates. And then also hinges. I should put at least 3 hinges worth of stuff in there. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that is all connected. Okay. We'll just go here. That'll work. All right. And let's grab everything else that we can. Now we need construction components, and of course you're not making them. Okay, so I'm thinking it's trying to communicate with the other base and making that assembler do things, which it should not be doing. Apparently I have 3 tier 3 assemblers connected right now. Wait, no, 2. Yeah, okay. So one of these assemblers, okay, they shouldn't be in cooperative mode, but apparently they are. See, this is the issue with connecting bases together, is you get issues like this. I don't know. It's just something I'm gonna have to deal with, I guess. Alright, so what are we looking at for weight so far? 11,000, 17,000. Okay, that'll be good for now. So turn that on, turn that off, and then hop out of here. And then the build and repair unit in here. That is on. And we are set to fly mode, good to go. And then this is going to be BNR Caterpillar. Okay, good to go. Okay, and then we'll just let this kind of build up, do its thing. And then while that's working, I could probably go and grab some more plates, kind of place them as I go. Actually, let me just hop up there. Okay, now that should just have to weld them up, which will be fine. And then I'll grab some more. And the only reason why I'm doing this manually for here is because, one, I don't have very many plates left, and two, this is still pretty close to the base, or the hydro crane, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now we just need to pick this guy up, have him move a little bit closer. Okay. And then I'll grab some more, because I'm almost out of plate over here, so I'm just going to grab as much as I can. And then with the build and repair system kind of building as I'm going and grabbing stuff, you know, it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone. Okay. Okay. And the fun part is going to be getting all of the piping, which, you know, I've said before. Definitely going to be interesting. And I'll do this one more time. And that way I'll have used up as much plate as I possibly could. I'm basically welding my feet right now. It's kind of funny. Okay. And I'll grab that last little bit, and then we'll fly forward and have the caterpillar do the rest, I guess. Alright. And that's the last of the plate, or at least it should be. Got some there. Okay. Alright. We'll move up to about here, I think. Okay, and now that I think about it, I should probably have this go and build these connections first, because it should prioritize those over the blocks. So let me just watch that do its thing. Okay. Once that one is good, then we'll fly over to the next one. All right. Apparently it's still stuck back there. Am I missing parts? I think I'm missing parts. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, I still have a lot of plates, so it's not that. Or no, maybe I'm not missing parts. Maybe it just doesn't know what it wants to build. Wait, why are you building? Okay. I'm gonna have to see what that's actually missing, and then get it to build that. Okay, so what do you need? Motors, okay. Small steel tubes, nope. Motors. Looks like it's just motors. Okay. So we'll head over here, grab what I can for motors. Okay, so then this one needs to make motors. But I have no idea which assembler this is. And it's not going to tell me in here either because they're both on subgrids. Wait, no, this one isn't spinning. So this one, okay, so this is assembler T3 mountain base. Base of the mountain base, I don't know. Okay, so then for that guy, we want it to make... Why? Dude, what? Come back here. I need it over here. So dumb. Okay, fine. I will disconnect you. There. now you are no longer connected over there. Now can you make the motors over here, please? Is that a thing that you can do? If you had nickel, that is. There's no nickel, which is why I can't make the motors. Well, I mean, I could disassemble that and get some, but nah, we'll just leave it. And this is still doing its thing. Are we out of pieces and parts yet? Just about. Okay. I'd say that would be something like mission accomplished. Although we do need to get some more motors, so I'll do that. We're at 52 minutes already. Okay, give that a nice recharge. Turn those off. Okay. Is that still spinning up there? Yes, yes it is. Okay. Motors. I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I'm just going to put all of them in there. And then these things, we aren't going to need. You're not supposed to pick those up, sir. Let's see, B and R caterpillar off. That needs to be picked up by the base, not by the caterpillar. Okay. Okay, now we need to go back in here, turn it back on. B battery, nope. B and R caterpillar on, good. Okay. Okay, let's see if this needs anything. Doesn't appear to be the case. Oh, hey. It's actually building these things. Okay. Something I could do, you can assign a command to the attach or detach on rotors and whatnot. So that could be a good way to disconnect this main line from everything else. And then, do you have pieces and parts, or you just, no? Okay, that's fine. And where are we above ground? 10 meters? Okay. All right, can you build those things now? Yes. Good. Then we'll head over here and build these. Why is that? Those aren't building. Why are they not building? What do you need? Large steel tubes. Okay. I think I might have some of those over here. And if not, I should be able to make them. I have 2. That works, I guess. Okay, so yeah, so now that that's disconnected, it's not gonna do anything crazy with that, so that's good. And now with this, I should be able to build up the rotors, or hinges, and we'll call that good. Okay, and then that is attached, yes, good, good. All right. So, I mean, this is basically what it looks like. This is how it's going to work. Just going to be a long line of pipes, and it's going to take me a while to actually get all this built. So I'm probably not going to record most of this, but at least you can see how it's going to be built. So that should, I don't know, should be good enough, I think. It is going to take me a long time to build all this, and I am going to probably have to resupply this thing a few times. What time is it? Still early in the morning. Okay. I think I might get breakfast. Alrighty. So, I'll probably do a lot of that off camera. And then in the next episode, I might build up a sifter. But we'll do that at the main base, along with extra storage over there and probably some additional turret towers, because we are going to need them. So that will work for that. And I just want to see the engines kick on, because that's what they do. And it looks like just one of them kicked on. And now both. Meh. I'm not worried about it. Okay, so there you go. Actually, we still have a couple minutes left. So let's go and do another run on the gondola, because we can. Okay, so we'll get this, put ourselves at 30%, and then turn that off of charge, and then disconnect, and then we should be moving forward. Good. And there we go. Yeah, this thing works exactly as I wanted it to. Like, what I had envisioned in my head is exactly what this thing does, which is amazing. And the base of the thing looks like chunky too, which I like. So you got like this thing like sticking way out the end, so it's like, that's a lot of weight, sure, but we have a lot of counterweight back there. So I think as a crane, like physically, like according to physics, I think it works out pretty well too. So I am pretty happy about that. And I haven't even extended the pistons yet. This is like at the very base of how this whole thing can work. So pretty excited about that. And then I'll probably... So we are keeping, actually, why are we slowing down? Hello? Okay, now we're speeding back up again. I don't know, you gotta kind of play around with the propulsion override. Okay, now we're gonna go backwards. Maybe. There we go. Because I don't want to fill this thing up all the way quite yet. And then the rest of that will be for the next round. So when you're doing this, kind of stop yourself at like 85%. Before you start reversing, because when you go backwards you are still going to be picking up some ice, and you don't want to like overstock anything. because if you can't store the ice, you're still going to drill the ice, you're just not going to get it. And then this is just the storage, so this doesn't include the drills themselves. So even if this does fill up all the way, I still have a little bit of leeway with the drills and then also in the connector. So yeah, should work out just fine. And then we'll drop the speed down a little bit. Let that drill out. And we'll call that good. And then we'll just kick up the back end a little bit. Okay, good. Enough for a small step. Okay, now we just gotta wait for all of the ice to get sucked out of here, which will be good. Also, are these labeled? Control panel. Okay, so this needs to be locked. Wait, no, it doesn't need to be locked because then it won't pull anything out of it. So no, we'll just keep it as it is. Okay, so we're now good to go. So let's see, we're gonna drop it down to like 30, and then disconnect, and then kick it forward. Good. And then we'll head out and get up the rest of that ice, and we'll call it good. Also, if your propulsion override for whatever reason gets stuck at -0%, you will not be able to drive it manually. So you have to go into your propulsion override and then replace it with +0. I know there's no such thing as +0, but the game thinks that there is. So if it's at +0, then you can drive normally. If it gets stuck at -0, which can happen with this, you just got to make sure that you reset it to +0. So little thing to keep in mind for this. And once again, and I've done this in like every episode, this is based loosely off of Splitsy's crane that he built in his survival series. So, and then also he should have a video out today. I'm gonna have to look for that and watch it. I like his videos, like the way that he does everything. And like he is, I don't know if he does his own editing or if he has someone do it for him, but like his editing is amazing. Like, and then plus he's got like the secondary camera to where, you know, it's like a third person camera just kind of like watching as he does everything, which is also amazing. Like how much, like, can you think of how much you have to prepare just to do like a single episode? I mean, he probably spends like, I don't know, like 2 to 4 hours in the game itself. And then if he does his own editing, it's probably what, like another 6 hours of editing. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, I can see why he only puts out 1 video a week with that. But I mean, his stuff is really good. So I've watched just about every single episode that he's ever made. So he is one of my favorite space engineers, YouTubers, and he's very good. And I wonder if I'm going to have to move this over a little bit. I think I might miss some of the ice there. And we are filling up very quickly. Are we going to get to the end? I don't even know. Okay, did we get stuck? I think we got stuck. Give it a little push. There we go. Ooh, that's a low asteroid. Ooh. Hi. Why are you going backwards, sir? I don't know what it's doing. It's confused right now. Okay, so we're going to drop it back down to 0. Okay, so this might be one of those times where it's stuck. So let's go into the wheels, gondola, propulsion override, set it at 0. There we go. Yeah, so it got stuck with the propulsion override. So that's one thing that you do have to kind of keep in mind. So I'm driving it manually right now. And then as long as my weight keeps going up, that means that I'm still mining ice. And it is still going up. Okay, good. So I'm not actually wasting anything. Okay. So that is the end, and we're at like 202,000 ore. So the build and repair unit doesn't have any ice in it yet, so that's good. Large containers. The drills are still filling up, so yeah, we've got room here. And then we'll just kind of back it up. It looks like 207,539 kilograms is kind of what it's stuck at right now. But I mean, with how many wheels that we've got on this thing, like that's not even going to be an issue, I don't think. All right, so I think we're good there. And then I did max out the speed at 2 kilometers per hour, so that's probably why it's being a little silly right now and kind of slow. But that's fine. Of course, it might also be the wheels up top getting a little... No, everything's still pretty centered. So that's another thing that you have to keep a close watch on, is to make sure that your wheels stay centered. Now, if you have your little 1x1 wheels set up correctly, you will stay centered. But if for whatever reason you slip off center, you will get stuck. And then you're going to have to install a lot of gyros like I did. So you can kind of wiggle and jiggle this thing. So this thing has 10 gyros on it. And that's just so that way, you know, I could get myself unstuck. So, yeah, something to keep in mind. And then next thing we got to do is rotate the entire thing and grab some more ice. You know, something I could do, instead of having to like jiggle it upwards, is I could just install some little 45-degree ramps kind of on the end of this thing. Just small grid, and just have it go kind of straight up in there, because then I should be able to just walk right up it. At least that's the thought anyways. So I'm going to try that. So if you watch it like right now, like this, I can't get up, right? So if we do that, and let's see, that's going to have to go like that. Of course, I'm going to need some plate, which not an issue. Okay, so assembler tier 3. So this I have to rename. No, this guy. Okay. This is going to be assembler T3 hydrocrane. So I know which one is doing what. Okay. And then we'll just make like 100. I think that'll be good. Grab that. Because, I mean, if I don't have to, like, keep forcing this thing upwards, that would probably be good. And actually, now that I think about it, if I do this instead, that'll actually be a more gradual thing, which might actually end up working out better. There we go. That is perfect right there. That will work out 100%. And there's like barely even a gap. So as they say in London, mind the gap. Not so much an issue here. So, all right, good to go. All right, so we will do that. Okay, and then I actually like that better because then I'm not kicking these wheels up off of this kind of railing. Because before they'd be kind of like up here, but here at least they get to stay. So that should help keep everything nice and... Oh, and these things are charging even though I told them, even though they don't have to be put on charge. Okay, that's cool. All right, what do we have for... Oh, fancy, we have other stuff. Interesting. But yeah, 504,000 ice now. And we're at 40% cargo. Okay, good to go. And then turbines are taking care of all the stuff. Our engines aren't even, they don't even need to run right now, which is great. All right, so, yeah. That was kind of an interesting episode. So like I said, I am going to do probably the rest of the pipeline off camera. And then for the next episode, which will probably be later on today sometime, we'll head back to the main base and do some stuff over there. But yeah, fun times. So I'm going to go and take a little nap. And hopefully you guys will join me in the next one. So, I'll see you then. Have a good one.